Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome to your coverage.
Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball, and we get right into the action as I was waiting on getting the starting lineups, and so we jump right into it with Bridger Johnson leading off for the Mavericks. He is going to be hanging out in center field for Missoula as we get going here at Century Field. On the mound, it's Hunter Houck for Great Falls. And at the plate, as I mentioned, Bridger Johnson. Will jump into starting lineups here in just a moment. Bo King in the on-deck circle. He'll be the catcher, as this one's going to be whacked down the third base line. The throw to first is on target, on time, and that is out number one. So it brings us to Bo King. Bo King is the catcher in game two. Trad Richardson will hold down third base. Batting third, Drew Stensrud will hold down first, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the left fielder, Sam Busey, as King settles in. Number 17, Caden Jordan will hang out in right field. Jack Lentner is the second baseman. Shortstop is Stuart Long, and Connor Daniels is a designated hitter as we get a pitch thrown for a ball. Kellen Feely will be the man on the bump for the Mavericks in game two. The Mavericks, of course, pulling off the win 11-5 in game one. Ron Lee is our plate umpire with Josh Gardner in the field. Here's the pitch by Houck. It's outside for a ball. And just trying to get my iScore set up here so I can follow along stat-wise. As we go 3-0 to Bo King. For the Chargers, it'll be Derek Spring to lead off. He's the shortstop. Josh Lowry will bat second, hanging out in center field. The DH, Cale Richards, will bat third. Here's Houck with the pitch. And we get a walk to put one on for the Mavericks here in the top of the first. Andrew Paradise will bat third. He is the wall behind the plate at the catcher position. Tyler Marr holds down third base, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Parker Gardness, holding down first. Hanging out in left field and batting seventh is Jose Hindergaard. Josh Banderob will bat eighth. He is the second baseman. And the right fielder, Keaton Clark, will finish out the order. And Paradise has got to chase that one down for ball one. So Trad at the plate. Trad Richardson, the designated hitter, at the plate for the Mavericks, with one on and one out. Game two of the doubleheader. Here's the pitch. And we get ball two. We saw a three-pitcher rotation in game one for the Mavericks, as well as for the Chargers. And Richardson's down the line to third base. Here's the throw to second for the leadoff. Throw to first will not be in time, and that's two down. Leadoff runner taken down on the fielder's choice. So we come to Drew Stensrud, the first baseman. Stensrud to settle in. He got some action in game one. He's a newcomer to the AA level. Outside pitch, ball one for Hauk. Even 2-inning rotation is what Hathaway kept his pitchers on. Here's Hauk with the pitch. Swung on for strike one. Put Sam Busey in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. As time is called while Hauk ties his shoe. Wardrobe malfunction, as they call it. And most of the fans have moved up underneath me as the wet weather came through between games. It was just a little bit of a drizzle, but enough for, as Richardson's going to go, and they'll let him take second. So with 2 outs, the Mavericks have a runner at second as the wind picks up here at Century Field. Here's the pitch by Hauk. Swung on, fouled off, and we get strike two. Coach Hathaway with encouragement down the third base line as the third base coach. Hathaway is the third base coach. Brian Mosier is your first base coach for the Mavericks. A little bit of a dusty space up here where they've got me tucked in, so my allergies are not doing what not cooperating this afternoon, so I apologize. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Stensrud. And he'll let it ride by for ball two. Stensrud settles in. Richardson takes his lead at second. And Stensrud will be walked to put runners at first and second now for the Mavericks. And we come to Sam Busey. Busey, a very likable guy. He's kind of a quiet guy. Always have a little fun with his parents. Mama Busey always has a joke or two in there for you. And Busey takes this one foul down the third base line for strike one. Pretty stiff wind here at Century Field. Currently 50 degrees with a 13-mile-an-hour wind. And I'd say it's all of that plus some. Busey will hit this one off the knuckles for strike two. Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. High, and we get ball one. Busey settles in. And he's going to smack this one. This one's going to get down the third base line. They say fair. Waving Richardson around third. He's on his way home. And the Mavericks will get on the board off the Busey single to make it 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Brings us to Caden Jordan. Jordan, the right fielder. Busey in left. Jordan in right. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Hauk. Cranks this one off to the shortstop. On the hop, the throw to second is there, and that's the side. So the Mavericks, earn one to get on the board first. We'll have the Chargers portion right after this. You're listening to Missoula Maverick Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Mavericks getting on the board in the first, 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Chargers, it's Derek Spring to lead off, Josh Lowry in the on deck, and Cale Richards in the hole. Kellen Feely on the pitcher's mound, the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Missoula Mavericks, and he'll be throwing to the one and only Bo King. Leading off, it's Derek Spring. So the Mavericks were able to move through the first 6 batters in their order. Let's see what the Chargers can do. Here's the first pitch by Feely. Outside for a ball. Feely pitched against these Chargers in Game 2 of that doubleheader opening weekend. As we get one across the plate on the left-handed batter for strike 1. Even count at 1. Feely, a student athlete at Loyola High School. As we get strike 2. Ron Lee, our plate umpire, with a good bark on the strike call. Pitch on the way. And we're outside for ball 2. Century Field here in Great Falls, located along the river. And they've got a bakery right next door. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This one's going to be past Richardson at third. Busey will take a knee. And the leadoff batter will get on for the Chargers. Brings us to the center fielder, Josh Lowry. So Lowry will settle in. It's tough doing games here at Century because of the bakery next door. As time is called just before the pitch, they say Lowry called it. So the pitch does not count. Inside across the plate for strike 1 on the right-handed batter. One of my favorite smells is fresh baked bread. Brings back memories of visiting my grandma in eastern Montana. And the pitch will get away from King, allowing Spring to get to second. So we're even on the count, and King's going to head out and talk to Feely for a moment. And he'll rush right back. Lowry takes a moment to talk to Coach Foster, the manager of the Chargers. Brent Hathaway, the manager for the Mavericks, longtime manager for the Missoula Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Feely. Inside for ball 2. Clouds seem to be thinning out a little bit on the horizon. They were looking dark and ugly earlier. Swung on. This one's going to bounce in front of Jordan, and that'll put runners on the corners with no outs for the Chargers. Brings us up to the number 3 spot batter, Cale Richards, the designated hitter. As King steps in front of the plate to signal the field, Richards settles in. Here's the pitch by Feely. And Feely will put it over the plate for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Off the middle of the bat for strike 2. Mavericks having their games against Bozeman tomorrow cancel due to the winter type weather coming in. This one's going to be bounced out. Feely will throw to second. Throw is off. They'll get the tag. Throw to first is not in time. Leadoff runner is gone for out number 1. So 1 down, and that puts runners on the corners still for the Chargers as Andrew Paradise, the catcher, comes to the plate. Mavericks in that first game would have 5 errors total. Something that I know Coach Hathaway is going to want to whittle down. Feely with the stretch now. Over the plate for strike 1. Good to see Feely out there, though. He was injured during the football season, knee injury. Ended up having to have surgery. Kept him out for basketball and limited in as this one's hit. Picked up. And the shortstop with the flip, but can't get it to the second baseman, and that's going to be runners at first and second for the Chargers with 1 out as we come to the 5-hole batter, Tyler Marr, who is the third baseman in game 2. Feely, good to see him out there. Was keeping up with him while he was working through his injury through the winter. As this one's hit squarely right to the shortstop. This time we got to get it flipped to second. The throw to first is there, and that's the side turn. So the Mavericks hold them off. Chargers get 1. We go to the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing.
Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. We're all tied up here at Century Field in Great Falls, Montana. Hello, Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the top of the second inning. Tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we've got Hunter Houck for his second inning on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. For the Chargers, bottom of the order for the Mavericks. 7, 8, 9 batters. Lettner, Long, and Daniels. Second shortstop and DH on the schedule for Missoula. We got a Charger player running on the concourse down below us. Throw to second will get us ready for Jack Lettner, who is second base today. So Jake will settle in. And here's Houck's first pitch of the inning. Over the plate on the right-handed batter for strike one. Jake playing on the Double-A squad or the Single-A squad last year. He'll catch ball on this one, but it'll be fouled off for strike two. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And this one's cranked foul down the first base line. It'll keep Lettner alive at 0-2. Lettner settles in. And it's cranked off, and the shortstop will catch it on the fly on the dive. Great job by Derek Spring for out number one. Brings us to the shortstop, Stuart Long. And this one, folks, it's kind of a tough one for me to get out of my head because number two for the last 3 seasons has been James Martin. So seeing somebody else in his number, it's going to take me a moment to get used to it. First pitch to him is a ball. So if I happen to say Martin instead of Long a couple of times, please forgive me, folks. It'll take me a minute to get used to it. Here's Houck now on the 1-0. And we get ball 2. Nobody on with 1 out here in the top of the second. Century Field, home of the Great Falls Voyagers Pioneer baseball team, as we get strike one. Competing against the Missoula Osprey, also home of the Great Falls Chargers, obviously, as we're here playing baseball. Deep breath by Houck. And we get a 3-1 for Long. Bottom of the order, Connor Daniels in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Long will be walked. So we swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. Or no, Connor Daniels. I apologize. Getting so excited. Took a week off and just can't keep myself under control. Sun's starting to come out, gracing us with its presence. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And Long will take the base at second, and the tag is not there in time. So the Mavericks moving runners away from the bat. Bridger Johnson stands in the on-deck circle for Missoula with 1 on and 1 out. Swung on. That pitch started down the middle and hooked right at the end. Good control by Hauk. Here's the 1-1. Off the grips, high, and the first baseman will hold on to it. Collision between the first and second baseman, and that's going to bring Foster out for out number 2 as the boys are taking a moment to get up off the dirt. As Garnis came in for the catch, and Banderob was there for the collision. And satisfied, Banderob holding his shoulder a little bit. So we swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson with 1 on and 2 outs now in the top of the second. Hauk now steps to the rubber. Pitch on the way. Ball pitch gets away, and a little dance, and Long will head back to second. Good job by Paradise to keep that under control. Here's Johnson now with the 1-0. Swung on. This one's out to the shortstop on the bounce. The throw to first is rocketed over, and there, and that's the side. So the Mavericks get 1 on, but they leave them there, and it's tied at 1. Chargers portion of the second coming up right after this. You're listening to Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Century Field in Great Falls, Montana. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Great Falls Chargers. And it's tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the second. Chargers portion of the inning, and it's Kellen Feely on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. And we have action going down into the bullpen for the Mavericks as Parker Garnis, the first baseman, Steps to the plate. He's going to take a swing at the first pitch, and Richardson will rocket it over to first. And the leadoff batter on the inning is down. So it takes us to Jose Hiniger. Jose, the left fielder. And he's going to have contact for a foul ball for strike one. Feely with a ball pitch. Evens us out at one. Inside for ball two. Josh Banderob in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. Feely's pitch over the plate for strike two. Hiniger, that first opening weekend, he was 0 for 3 with a run. A pass ball will be for out number 2. Takes us to the 8-hole batter, Josh Banderob, who is holding down second base here in game 2. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the second. Mavericks took game 1 11-5. Stacking runs up in the 4th inning, as this one's fouled back for strike one. Waiting for the pitcher in the Maverick bullpen to take his hooded sweatshirt off so we can see who it is. As we get ball one. I want to say it's Connor Daniels. He's marked as the DH. Kind of looked like his stride down to the bullpen. We get a swing for strike two. Here's the pitch. Inside, and we're even at 2. Mavericks having their doubleheader against Bozeman tomorrow canceled, so they'll be in action Wednesday night in Helena. Bounces out. Feely will grab it with the glove. A short toss, and that's the side. 1-2-3 for the Chargers. Mavericks will bat top of the third. Right after this, you're listening to Maverick Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we go to the top of the third inning on a 7-inning game, Missoula Mavericks and the Great Falls Chargers tied at 1. And leading off, it'll be Bo King. So it's a 2-3-4 batters here in the third inning for the Mavericks. Still throwing the ball on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound is Hunter Houck. We did see action in the Maverick bullpen during that half inning. So King will step to the plate for his second at-bat on the game. And the first pitch to him will be in the dirt for ball one. Paradise doing a good job of keeping that in front of him. I mean, it is the leadoff batter, but you never want to let those balls get away. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle, warming up. And we get a strike to King. For Bo, his first at-bat, he was walked. Bo going to follow in the footsteps of his older brother and play football over at Tech in Butte. As we get ball two to the catcher. And Bo wasn't able to wrestle this year. Held back with a sore knee he picked up in football. As he's going to golf this one down the third base line. It's on the hop. The throw is rocketed over and a stretch with the out. And Bo King is out to lead off the inning. Brings us to Trad Richardson. Sun poking its head out here in Great Falls, making those golden hills shine. And Trad will swing for strike one. Richardson with a fly out his first at bat as he settles in. Trad, a multi-sport athlete, as he is an all-state soccer player. As we get ball one. He will be playing baseball at the collegiate level, but an all-state soccer player, and he's actually going to participate in the Show Dare game this summer. 2-1 on the count. He'll be with the Mavericks for the most part and won't get a chance to practice that much, but Trad is the type of soccer player that you can plug him in and he can play. Here's the 2-1 to the third baseman. And Trad gets ahead in the count at 3-1. Plays my old soccer position as the sweeper. And those of you that are not familiar with soccer, well, traditionally there's 4 defensive players. Call them fullbacks, as this one is going to be dribbled out. Shortstop will get it in the dirt. The throw to first is not there in time. Richardson's going to make the corner to second. And the Mavericks, with one out, will have Richardson on board. Brings us to Drew Stensrud, the first baseman. But Richardson, it's a lot of fun to watch him play soccer. I'm an old soccer boy. I grew up, I played soccer from kindergarten until senior in high school and was part of the Olympic development program through junior and senior year. And watching Trad play, I really want to get out there and run with him. He's a lot of fun to watch play. First pitch to Stensrud is a ball. His dad, Mark, a very proud parent. Stensrud now settles in. Walked his first at-bat. As we get ball two. One out. Richardson at second for the Mavericks here in the top of the third. It's always amazing when I come to Great Falls and you see the birds of prey as they hunt. And the way that the wind blows, they just kind of hang right in the air. It's very cool to watch. As we get ball three now. 3-0 on the count to the first baseman. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And we should see a pitching change here in the bottom of the third for Missoula. And Stensrud will be walked to put runners at first and second now for the Mavericks. And the Buse, as I like to call him, Sam Busey, comes to the plate. And that'll bring Foster out to talk to his pitcher. And we do have action going on in the Great Falls bullpen now, as they will shut the gate for the Gator. And I want to say that is 29. Anthony Oakes. I'll get the binoculars out just in case, though. So Foster done with his conference with his pitcher. As we wait for number 25 warming up in the bullpen for the Chargers. So here's Busey ready for his first pitch, and he'll get a ball. And that's Brennan Clements. Warming up in the bullpen. And Busey will be patient for ball two. Busey, a single his first at bat. We've got Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with one out and runners at first and second. Here's the 2-0. Foul back off of the press box here, and we get 2-1 to Busey. Hauk steps off. Didn't like Richardson's lead out there at second. Here's the pitch by Hauk. And Busey will smack this one, and it'll bounce to the second baseman. The toss to second, now down the line to first, not in time. Fielder's choice will give us out number 2 and runners on the corners for the Mavericks. As we come to the right fielder, Caden Jordan. And Paradise will step in front of the plate to signal the field for the out with runners on the corners. Top of 3. Tie game at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Hauk with the pitch. And it's over the plate for strike 1. Puts Jake Lettner in the on-deck circle. With 2 outs, the bottom of the third will have the 9-1-2 batters for the Chargers. And we get a ball. Even it out at 1. Richardson stands at third. Busey at first. They'll take their lead. And we get a ball pitch for ball 2. Both bullpens have had action in them today in this second game. As we've got Clements warming up for the Chargers right now. And I believe it was Connor Daniels warming up for the Mavericks earlier. So we go 3-1 now to the right fielder. Sun coming in nice and bright. And we get a walk to load the bases. So with 2 outs and loaded bases, we come to the second baseman, Jack Lettner. Jake will settle in. And we get strike one. Loaded bases with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be high. Shortstop says he's got it on the fringe. It's in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks will load him up, but leave him behind, and we go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, and it is actually Dane Frazier who's going to take over the pitching duties for the Mavericks. So Frazier to get onto the Five Valley pitcher's mound. You know, I talked about in game 1 my opinion, and I will stress that, my opinion on the pitching lineup. Putting Chalmers at the top spot, Hill at number 2. And then it's a close run between Dane Frazier and Parker Stevens at that number 3 spot. And what a dilemma to have. 2 phenomenal guys that can pitch at your 3 and 4 spot in your order. Now that's just my order. That's not Hathaway's order, and that's why he's got these boys on a 2-inning rotation, is to figure out what he wants to do as we get ready here at the bottom of the third for the bottom of the order for the Chargers, and that would be Keaton Clark. So 9-1-2, Clark, Spring, and Lowry scheduled up on the inning for the Chargers. Tied at 1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's Frazier with his first pitch of the game. And he'll be inside for ball 1. And Frazier having to come back from a Tommy John injury last year. King able to keep that ball in front of him to make it 2-0 on the count. And we go 3-0 now. Derek Spring in the on-deck circle for the Chargers, top of the order. And we get a walk to start things off here in the third. So we swing to the top of the order for the Chargers now, to the shortstop, Derek Spring. And Spring had a couple of great plays in that first inning at the shortstop, diving for an out. Laying it out. And a tight pitch. Throw down the line to first, and Clark is back just in time. We get ball 1. Golf course behind the field here with the way the wind's blowing, makes me wonder how fun it is to golf here in Great Falls. As Frazier will slide this one over the plate to even us out at 1. I guess if you're hitting with the wind, you're good. This one's going to be foul down the first base line. No, they're going to say fair. So runners at first and second now, as they're going to treat that one as a bunt. And we go to Josh Lowry, the center fielder. So no outs and runners at first and second for Great Falls. The Lowry settles in, right-handed batter. Bunt showing, and that one's going to flip right back at us for strike 1. Thought it was going to make it over the backstop netting, but just short. Frazier looks to King, who is our catcher for the Mavericks. He'll settle in behind the plate, and the pitch is sent to Frazier. Runners at first and second take their lead. Bunt showing, and that one's going to be a ball, as it was behind Lowry. He thought maybe he got tagged. And we go even on the count. Swung on for strike 2. And that was dirty, folks. That one started out on the inside, and just as it got to the fringe, it cut out. This one's going to roll out, picked up by the short. No, he cannot put it in the glove. Runners home from third, runners around from second to third, and the Chargers will put 2 runs on off the shortstop's error. They'll make it 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. Brings us to Cale Richards, the first baseman. Richards and Banderob in a collision on an out on a pop in that last half inning. Runner at first with no outs. Outside pitch on the right-handed batter for ball 1. And now we have action in the Maverick bullpen, as this one's fouled off. And that is Connor Daniels down there throwing now. Here's Frazier. Swung on for strike 2. No outs here in the third, and the Chargers have put 2 runs up on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard to make it 3-1. And King's not able to hold on to that one, so that'll allow the runner to make his way to second. So a runner now in scoring position at second for the Chargers. With 2 outs, or no outs. And we get a full count at 3-2. Richards, his first at bat. Was a fly out. This one he's going to golf into left field. And not there to take it, but back up there. Runner's going to come around the corner from second, third, and is home. And the Chargers have now earned 3 runs without any outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Andrew Paradise, the catcher, at the plate now for Great Falls. Connor Daniels done in the bullpen. So Frazier struggling here in the 3rd. Maybe I shouldn't have said nice things. Here's the pitch for a ball. That's something that some of us broadcasters, it's not true, but we feel like we jinx our players as Frazier slides this one over the plate for strike 1. I know fellow broadcasters, play-by-play guys in the state feel the same way. This one's high down the first base line. Stensrud feels like he's going to be able to get to it, and he's not, as it bounces free to get strike 2. So with a runner at second and a 1-2 count, they're going to throw. Runner's going to go, and Richards stands at third base now for the Chargers with no outs. Paradise with a 1-2. And we're even at 2. Frazier will slide this one over the plate, and he'll strike out the batter for the first out of the inning. Brings us to Tyler Marr, the first baseman. So Marr to settle in. Runner at third with 1 out. And check swing results in a strike. And King cannot keep the ball in front of him on that one, and the runner will come home from third, and the Chargers will make it 5-1. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, and that's what happened last week with the Bozeman Bucks, as this one is swung on. Did get a piece, so they're going to say foul tip for strike 2. Is the Bucks were able to load some runs on in the 2nd and 3rd innings. And Frazier will strike out the batter for out number 2. Brings us to Parker Garnis of the Great Falls Chargers, who's holding down first base. The third baseman was the last at bat, so I said first base, it's third base. And the first pitch is a ball. So the Mavericks looking to see if they can slow up and not run into the same fate as last week, and Garnis is going to put this one in the gap as it's chased down by Jordan, and with 2 outs, the Chargers will have a hit and a runner at first. Hindiger at the plate now for the Chargers, the left fielder. And Frazier will put it over the plate for strike 1. Integer will jump right back into the box. He's ready to go. Same pitch, just off the mark, evens us out at 1. Foul ball, gets a strike 2. Looks like Hill's working his way down to the bullpen for the Mavericks. Runner's going to go. King will make the throw and the tag, and that's the side. So 4 runs earned for the Chargers. They lead 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks will have the top of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the top of the 4th inning. New pitcher on the mound in Brennan Clements for the Chargers. The 5 Valley Autos pitcher's mound. And the bottom of the order for the Mavericks. 8-9-1 on the schedule with Stuart Long to lead things off. Connor Daniels in the on-deck circle. So Long settles in, and Clements. First pitch over the plate for strike 1. Mavericks will be home next weekend for a 4-game stand against the Royals. Doubleheader on Saturday and Sunday, but they'll be on the road Wednesday as Long will swing for strike 2. We'll have softball action this week as well with the Loyola Breakers hosting the Florence girls as we get ball 1 to the shortstop. And then on Thursday, Thompson Falls will take on the Breakers at home. We'll have both those games audio feed. And a pass ball. High throw and a tag on the base, and that'll be out. Number 1. Brings us to the bottom of the order. The DH, Connor Daniels. And I believe we're going to see Daniels on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound probably in the next inning. Daniels will take a swing, fouls it off for strike 1. Daniels' second at bat of the game. Top of the order, standing in the on-deck circle as this pitch slides over the plate for strike 2. So Brennan Clements showing some good pitching here. Mavericks get game 1 11-5. They want to swing back into this one so they can take 2 games against the Chargers. We get ball 1. All non-conference games though right now. So Coach Hathaway taking advantage And there's strike 3 just over the outside of the plate. And that'll be out number 2. Top of the order now. Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks. And the first pitch right over the middle of the plate. From my vantage point, it looked like it's just ripped that plate in half. Clements coming in and just tearing up as he gets strike 2. 0-2 on the count. Mavericks facing a 3-up, 3-down situation here. Bo King in the on-deck circle. It'll be the bottom of the order for Great Falls as this one's out. Shortstop has got it on the block. The throw to first, not there in time. And Johnson is on board. Takes us to the catcher, Bo King. King settles in. Johnson takes his lead at first. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Chargers lead 5-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And another first pitch strike for Clements. Turning out to be a gorgeous day here in Great Falls. Hard to believe we're going to have winter weather here type conditions tonight and tomorrow. And that one's going to get away from Paradise, allowing Johnson the opportunity to take second. King settles back in. Johnson now at second with 2 outs. 1-1 on the count to the catcher as he steps out. And Paradise will take a moment to speak with his pitcher. Folks, if you're looking to upgrade your car, maybe you have someone that's in need of a new car, get a hold of our friends over at 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. Whether it's their large inventory or their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to help you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales or stop by their shop at 3300 South Reserve Street. 5 Valley Auto Sales, proud sponsor of sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Oh, 1-2 on the count to King. And he's going to be tagged to put him on base. And we'll bring up Trad Richardson now with 2 outs and runners at first and second for the Mavericks. Here's Clements with the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Richardson reached off an error his last at-bat. And a late call, but we get a strike. Looked kind of high in the zone to me, but, you know, boys in blue are down there, and I've got the microphone up here, so that's why I'm not down there. You don't want me down there calling games. Swung on by Richardson for strike 2. Richardson settles in. Runners at first and second take their lead. King at first, Johnson at second. And time is called. Clements now ready for the pitch. Foot on the rubber. Quick check on the runner at second. And Richardson's going to power this one into center field. It's got some leg on it. There it is. Runner from second is home. Here comes King around third. On his way home. Richardson, they're giving him the wave off, and they'll hold him off at third. And Trad Richardson will have a triple that will earn 2 runs for the Mavericks to make it 5-3 Chargers on the Fast Trip Comics scoreboard. And we come to Drew Stensrud with 2 outs. So Clements coming out hot. As Stensrud will take this one for a ride. It's in the glove of the left fielder, and that's the side. So the Mavericks earn 2 off the Richardson triple, but they'll leave Richardson behind, and it's 5-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll have the bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at mpsn406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks earn 2 run in the top to make it a 5-3 game. Chargers still in the lead. And it will be Brendan Hill on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks now. Bottom of the order for the Chargers. 7, 8, 9 batters. Henninger, Banderob, and Clark. Bo King in the gear behind the plate, catching for the Mavericks. As Hill warms up. Hill with a great offensive battle in the first game. Now we're going to get to see his arm here in game 2. One of my favorite current pitchers for the Mavericks is Hill. Favorite Maverick pitchers since I've done broadcasting have to be a toss-up between Nick Jovetic and Ryan McHugh. Jovetic, just an all-around phenomenal player. And McHugh, a laser. So Henninger steps in. He didn't get to finish his at-bat as this one's fouled off as they had the throw out. At second to end the last inning. And the umpire with a little word to Hill. And now his second pitch. Over the plate, strike 2. for Henniger. He was out on a pass ball. His first at bat. He'll get a 1-2 count here now for Hill. And this one's fouled off the middle of the bat. Henniger staying alive. This one's going to be a low bouncer, picked up by the second baseman. The throw to first is there, and the Mavericks retire the first batter of the inning. Takes us to Josh Banderab, the second baseman. I like Hill when he pitches too, because there is no fooling around. He'll get up, puts his foot on the rubber. As this one is down the third base line, they're going to call that foul for strike one. But Hill is all business when he stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. If you're a batter, you have to be ready. As soon as you step in that box, Hill's got his foot on the rubber and he's ready to go, just like right now. And he'll be just a hair outside for ball one. It's kind of a pitch that Dylan Chalmers was getting with a strike earlier today. That one's just a little bit low, about the same path as the last one, and we go 2-1 now. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of 4. Chargers lead 5-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. This one will catch the plate to even us out at 2. And Hill will strike him out for out number 2 as we get the phone book tear from Ron Lee. Bottom of the order now, Keaton Clark for the Chargers. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Hill right away. I told you, folks, you have to be on top of it when Hill is on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. High pitch for ball 1 as he's going to put him up and put him down. Ball 2, his rhythm is speed. 2-1. Smacked out into center field, and it'll hop in front of the center fielder. And the Chargers will load one on base with 2 outs. Swings us to the top of the order, to the very heavy bat of Derek Spring. Spring has been successful the last couple of years for the Chargers, and he's picking up right where he left off this year. Chargers a young team last year, as Hill will bring the heat for ball 1. And they're looking to make a splash this year. Go a little deeper than they did last year. They played into the second day of the state tournament. Both them and the Mavericks with an early exit. Tough competition last year, though. Runner's going to go. King with a throw to second. It's got the hop, but not there in time. And Clark will get the base. Pitch thrown was a ball. 2-0 on the count. Both these teams picking up some good experience last year. Looking to bank on it this year. Here's the 2-0 by Hill. Pinged out and into the glove of the second baseman. That's a side. 1 loaded on, but he's left behind, and we stay 5-3. Chargers back with the top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law
for the past 60 years.
Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we roll into the top of the fifth inning. Chargers 5, Mavericks 3, and it is the middle of the order, 5, 6, 7 scheduled up. Sam Busey to lead off as he makes his way to the batter's box. It is Brennan Clements for his second inning on the mound. The Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Busey with 1 foot in. Now he puts both in. And he's about to shake it all about. Here's Clements with the first pitch. Busey will swing. Bounces out to the shortstop on the hop. The throw to first is rocketed over and just ahead of the runner as they punch Busey out for out number 1. We come to Caden Jordan, the right fielder for the Mavericks now. Jordan settling in. And he'll let the first pitch go for ball 1. Jordan wearing that number 17 that Ricky Stevens so notoriously wore, as his time as a closing pitcher here for the Mavericks, as this one's fouled back for strike 1. Ricky Stevens now serving all of us in the military. He was back last summer for a little bit. We were gone. I was gone with the Mavericks, I believe, at the Rapid City tournament, as this one's fouled off for strike 2. The Mavericks had an A tournament. Maybe it was Lewiston. I don't know. I was away at one of the tournaments, and Ricky came in. And I didn't get to see him. He was such an eclectic player. Fun guy to be around. As this one's fouled down the third base line. Keeps the batter alive at 1-2. James Martin, Ricky Stevens, those two together were trouble. A couple of hunting buddies. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And we've got out number 2 as we go to Lettner. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be off the grips. It's going to roll out. Shortstop can't put it in the glove. And Lettner will reach with 2 outs for the Mavericks. Takes us to Stuart Long, the shortstop. Neither bullpen has had any type of action in it for quite a while. And we've got Dylan Chalmers in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Time is called just before the pitch by Long. So Chalmers looking to move to the DH spot, and I know from my conversations with Chalmers last year that he loves to get in there and bat. Hathaway likes to reserve him as a pitcher only. Bunt laid down by Long. It's a good one. Picked up by Paradise, but the throw, they're going to punch him out, and that's the side. Hesitation by Gardner in the field, but he'll punch him out, and the Mavericks will be retired. Bottom of the fifth, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Century Field in Great Falls, Montana, as we go to the 5th inning, the bottom of the 5th. Great Falls Chargers lead the Mavericks 5-3. Brendan Hill on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And leading off the inning is Josh Lowry. So the 2, 3, 4 batters scheduled on the inning for the Chargers: Lowry, Richards, and Paradise. Here's Hill now. First pitch of the inning. And he'll come inside for ball 1. And there's no fooling around with Hill on the mound, as he'll slide this one over the plate, even at 1. For Lowry, 1 for 2, singled. This one's going to be down the third baseline foul as we get strike 2. One, 2 on the count. Cale Richards stands in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. And off the toe of King. Makes it ball 2. Here's Hill's pitch. Reached for, fouled off. It'll keep Lowry alive. Lowry part of that team last year at the Double-A level for the Chargers, and this one's in front of the plate again. Gives us a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to be over the second baseman's head. It'll fall in the gap. Lowry's around first, on his way to second. The throw is made, and it will not be in time. And the leadoff batter will have a double here on the leadoff batter on the inning, I should say, will have a double. And we come to Cale Richards, the designated hitter for the Chargers. No outs and a runner at second. Bottom of the 5th. Chargers looking to go even with the Mavericks on the day. Swung on for strike 1. Andrew Paradise in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And we go even at 1. So no Mavericks game tomorrow in Bozeman. Breakers hosting Florence on Monday. This one's hit solid into left field. Busey will pick it up on the hop, and that puts runners on the corners for the Chargers. With no outs. And the catcher, Andrew Paradise, comes to the plate. And King to set the field. For the Mavericks. So the Breakers with a home game on Monday. This one's hit high into left field. Busey is there. The tag is made at third as the throw is going to be made as well. And the Chargers will add a run on the sac fly. 6-3. Great Falls on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. As we come to the third baseman, Tyler Marr. Keep calling him the first baseman. He is the third baseman. So Breakers with action on Monday. Tuesday, no action. Wednesday, the Mavericks will be in Helena for a 9-inning non-conference game. Thursday, Thompson Falls at the Breakers, as this one's fouled down the first base line for strike one on Marr. And then Saturday and Sunday, a 4-game stand for the Mavericks at home against the Royals. As Hill will step off the rubber. And we're just a couple of weeks away, folks, from the Mavericks' first tournament. A month away, I should say, as they will host the Memorial Day tournament. Hill will slide this across the plate for strike two. It'll be the Royals in a 4-game homestand next weekend. A home game with Helena. And then, as King is not able to wrangle the ball up, and the runner will get the base at second. And we go 1-2 on the count. And then the Mavericks will go to Billings. They'll have games against the Royals. They'll have a game against the Royals. They'll have a game against the Scarlets on Saturday. And then I believe it's the Scarlets and Rapid City on Sunday. This one's off the middle of the bat. Good job by Richardson. He'll get up out of the dirt. The throw to first, and that's out number 2. Nice job by the third baseman to have that one down and make the throw for out number 2. We go to Parker Gardinas, who is the first baseman for the Chargers. I know Rapid City is one of the Sunday games, but they always split up. And I think we had the Royals last year for the morning game, and so that will make the Scarlets for the morning game as first pitch is outside for ball 1. That's always a fun one. Last year, it was a little bit wet. Well, it was a lot of bit wet, as the Billings American Legion baseball program would work very hard on Saturday. The throw to third, and they're going to have a pickle down here. And the runner will be tagged by Bo King for out number 3, and that's the side. So 1 run earned for the Chargers. Top of the 6th right after this. You're listening to Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law
for the past 60 years.
Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the top of the 6th inning. The Chargers lead 6-3 over the Missoula Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Brennan Clements in to pitch for the Chargers. He came in 2 innings ago and has pitched well. And we have a change for the Mavericks in the DH. It's Dylan Chalmers. He'll bat in the 9 spot. So 9-1-2 on the schedule for the Mavericks here in the 6th as they need to put some runs on. Here's the pitch by Clements. Chalmers will swing hard for strike 1. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle. And it's over the plate for strike 2, and that was a dirty pitch as Clements slowed the ball down. Clements with the stretch. And Chalmers will be struck out swinging, and he'll hold on to that left shoulder after the swing. And we'll swing to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. And hopefully Chalmers is all right, that right shoulder. As Johnson's going to crank this one into left field. It'll hop and roll to the warning track. Johnson's around second or first. They'll wave him around second. The throw is made from the warning track. And Bridger Johnson will stand up at third. A huge triple for the Mavericks here in the top of the 6th. Brings us to Bo King now with 1 out and 1 on board. Chalmers taking a moment in the dugout with his arm there. High pitch, ball 1 to King. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. As we get ball 2 to King. Bo, a walk. And a hit by pitch with a ground out. And he'll swing for strike 1. Bridger Johnson with a huge crack of the bat to get himself around to third. And King will let that go by for strike 2 to even us out at 2 on the count. Sun has come out to grace us here in game 2, and it's been beautiful. King hesitates, and we get a full count at 3-2. Here's Clements. Cranked off, foul. Keeps King alive at 3-2. Here's King now. Clements with his foot on the rubber. High pitch, and King will be walked for the second time today. That'll put runners on the corners for the Mavericks with 1 out. And we come to Drew Stensrud. Or Trad Richardson, I apologize. Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Clements now checks a runner at first. Pitch on the way. And that one's off the toe. That's going to bring home Johnson from third. King's going to round his way to second. And the Mavericks make it a 2-run game once again off the wild pitch. 6-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Richardson will sit on the 1-0. He's got a good crack on it. Shortstop will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first is there, and that's out number 2, but the ground ball will send the runner to third. And that brings up Drew Stensrud. His 4th at bat. And this one's going to get away, and it'll bring King home. And the Mavericks make it 6-5 in the top of the 6th. With 2 outs on the board. And we've got number 20 for the Mavericks in the on-deck circle, and I did not write down, have his name on the list, so we'll jump over here. Zach Angus. That's why I didn't see it. He was the pitcher in game 1. And Stensrud will be in charge of the count. And a pitch over the plate for strike. Was looking over my notes here. Looks like Hangus is going to bat in the place of Busey. And Stensrud is walked to put a runner on at first with 2 outs for the Mavericks. And that will bring up Zach Angus to bat in the 5th spot with Caden Jordan in the on-deck circle. So Hangus getting an opportunity at the plate after pitching 2 really great innings in the first game. Allowed 3 runs in the first inning, but after those 3 runs were scored, he shut things down. And in the second inning, he held tight. Pitch over the outside of the plate for strike 1. Two outs, a runner at first. Mavericks have earned 2 runs so far here in the top of the 6th. Both of them off of wild pitches. And Hangus will foul it off for strike 2. Hangus, I believe, is a Sentinel athlete. Heavy crew from Sentinel on this Maverick team. We get ball 1. And Stensrud gets the base at second. So if Hengis can put this ball into play, Stensrud could tie it up with 2 outs. And time is called by Hengis. We do have action in the Great Falls bullpen. And that's number 8 throwing. As Hengis is going to pop this one straight up over the first base in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks earn 2 while they leave 1, and it's a 1-run game, 6-5 Chargers. Bottom of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Century Field in Great Falls, Montana, as we come to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Mavericks have made it a 1-run game, 6-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And for the Chargers, it's the bottom of their order, 7, 8, 9 scheduled. Hedinger, Banderob, and Clark due up. Actually, Parker Garnis is going to get his opportunity to finish his at-bat as that last opportunity. And it looks like Trad Richardson has made the switch to the catcher position for the Mavericks, as well as Drew Stensrud is at third and Hengis is at first. So those are the switches on the field. Dylan Chalmers in left, Bo King in center. And we are ready to go with Parker Garnis. So 6, 7, 8 batters. Garnis, Henninger, and Banderob scheduled on the inning. Hill on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's Brennan Hill's first pitch of the inning. And this was going to be popped straight back at us for strike 1. And it'll come down in the bleachers right below us. Here at Century Field, it's kind of a neat spot for the press box as it's elevated above the seating as we get a swing for strike 2. Here's the pitch. And Hill will give us a ball 1. Trad Richardson behind the plate at the catcher position, and well, you talk to his dad, that is his more natural position on the baseball field. Be interested to see how often they have him catch this year, as this one's fouled back by Garnis to keep himself alive at 1-2. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th, as Thomas Martin will come out and snag the ball from behind the action. Outside pitch evens us out at 2. Hill with the pitch, and he'll bring it over the plate for strike 3. And now we come to Josie Henninger. Here's the Hill pitch. Swung on. Fouled off for strike 1. And now there's 2 in the bullpen for the Chargers as they double up. Here's the Hill pitch, and it's over the plate for strike 2. So number 8, number 24 warming up. That's Tyler Marr. And we get ball 1. Richardson doing a good job of blocking the ball. Hill wants a fresh ball. So Ron Lee will oblige. Parker now settling behind the plate. And this one's going to be batted down. Hill will have the tag for out number 2. There is no stopping this young man. Brendan Hill, such a fine specimen of a young athlete. Always fun to watch. I didn't get to see him on the football field that much this year for his senior season, as we bring up Josh Banderob for the Chargers with 2 outs. But he is always electrifying, and I always think back to a couple of years ago, and Foster wants to discuss the last play as Hill had the tag, and then the ball kind of bobbled loose out of the glove, and Lee says, we're going to discuss this with our line umpire. Hill and Stensrud will play catch back and forth for a few moments. And that will give us a chance to talk about one of our great sponsors. You know, one of our sponsors is celebrating an anniversary. Tip Coburn and Associates have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. That's right, folks. This year is their 60th year. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today if you're in need of some legal assistance. 406-549-9186, or check out their website at www.tcsattorneys.com. Tip Coburn and Associates. Lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959, and they're going to call it out. This one's going to be smacked off of the hill, and not able to pick it up is the second baseman. He'll make the throw over there just in, or the shortstop, but it will load the runner on. That one came off of the pitcher's mound and kind of bounced funny. We'll come to Keaton Clark now, the right fielder for the Chargers. They're trying to load some runs on here to not give the Mavericks a chance in the top of the 7th. And this one will be foul down the third base line for strike 1. So the bottom of the order at the plate for the Chargers in Keaton Clark. He came in and pitched at the end of game 2. Mavericks trying to come back like they did against Bozeman in the first game last week. And an outside pitch by Hill makes it 1-1 on the count, as I was off on my last tracker. And they are going to go ahead and have Hill step off, which forces the runner back to first. Derek Spring in the on-deck circle for the Chargers, top of the order. Runner's going to go. Here's Richardson, the tag, and that is the side. Great job by Richardson at the plate. We go to the top of the 7th, where the Mavericks need at least 1 run to stay alive. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their one-third sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the top of the 7th inning where it's all or nothing for the Missoula Mavericks, down 6-5 to the Chargers on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Trad Richardson with the play from the plate as he would make the throw to second for the out on the steal for the Chargers. Changes on the inning for Great Falls. Cam McNamee will be on the pitcher's mound, and Chaz Stevens will now take over for Josie Hinniger in left field, and he'll bat in the 7 spot as well. Leading off for the Mavericks, it's Caden Jordan. So 6, 7, 8 scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks. Here's the first pitch for McNamee. And Jordan's going to take this one for a ride, foul. Parker Stevens in the bullpen for the Mavericks, warming up. And Jordan will bounce this one out. Shortstop cannot put a glove on it. That is Spring out there. And the first batter of the inning is going to reach off of an error. Takes us to Jake Lintner. And they're going to bring in a runner for Jordan. And that's going to be Bay. So with no outs, there's a runner at first as Lettner steps to the plate. Here's McNamee. And a low pitch for ball 1. Left-handed pitcher. Just inside for ball 2. Bay takes his lead at first. High pitch, and we go 3-0. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with no outs and a runner at first. Top of 7. Chargers lead 6-5 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And we get a walk to put runners at first and second for the Mavericks with no outs. And Long comes to the plate. McNamee with the pitch. And bunt laid down by Long, and it's going to be foul for strike 1. Hathaway with instructions to Long before he sends the signal. Left-handed pitcher, foot on the rubber. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And a high pitch bunt. They're going to throw to second. And Bay will get back just in time. And I believe we're even at 1 on the count. Calling for a balk on that last pitch, but time is called by Long. Caden Hydro in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with no outs and runners at first and second. And they're going to say 2 strikes against Long. He shows bunt laid down. It's going to roll out in front. And the throw will not be made. Loaded bases for the Mavericks with no outs. And here comes Hydro. Caden Hydrick setting up in the DH spot with loaded bases. He'll wait for Hathaway to get his signal. Bay at first. Lettner at second. Bay at third, Lettner at second, and Long at first. Hydro waiting for his first pitch. And it'll be low for ball 1. Chargers playing with fire here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's McNamee. And we get ball 2. Great Falls fans not happy with the call. From up here it looked high in the zone. Loving the fans' endurance in this chilly weather today. Heavy wind all day, a little bit of rain. Both sides fans sticking it out. And this one's going to bounce in front of the plate. And we go 3-0 to Hydro. So this is Hydro's choice here with this 3-0 count. And he's going to be no. They'll say strike 1. That's right, you can take 1 when you're up 3-0. He'll crack this one past first baseman. That brings a runner home from third around the corner. And the Mavericks will put 2 on the board to retake the lead. 7-5 off the Hydro single. Swings us to the top of the order to Bridger Johnson. So runners on the corner. Paradise will step in front of the plate and signal the field. Bridger Johnson comes to the plate. No outs. And the Mavericks have already earned 2 runs to take a 1-run lead, 7-6, on the Paradise Falls scoreboard. The Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Johnson's going to step up. The infield comes in tight. Expectation of Johnson to lay down a bunt here. He's going to crack this one. Foul down the first base line, and Marr cannot get to it. Garnis cannot get to it. And it'll be strike 1 to the center fielder. We saw Parker Stevens in the bullpen. Warming up earlier. So we'll probably see him in the bottom of the 7th to hold off these Chargers. And a pitch over the plate for strike 2. 0-2. Runners at first and third. Hydro's going to go. The throw to second will not be made. And that'll put runners at second and third now for the Mavericks. And a 1-2 count for Johnson. And laid off, we go even at 2. Johnson showing some patience. He's 2 for 4. A triple his last at bat. Ground out his first 2 and a single his third. Here's the 2-2. And they're going to say strike 3. So the first out of the inning is a strikeout as we come to Bo King. King switching to center field after Richardson comes in to pitch. Richardson comes in, and Foster's going to go ahead and come out. And I imagine we're going to see a change on the mound here as Foster hands the ball over, and he's going to go ahead and give that one over to Tyler Marr. So Marr is going to move to the pitcher's mound. And I'm trying to see the number on the jersey. We'll figure it out, though. We're going to step aside. You're listening to Missoula Maverick Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN. The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN, as the new pitcher on the mound, as I said, was Tyler Marr. Cale Richards, the DH, comes in. He'll take over at second as the first pitch to Bo King will be a ball. And that moves Josh Banderob over to third. So Bo King at the plate. He's been walked twice and hit once. And a ground out. He's going to crank this one foul. Mavericks have earned 2 runs to take a 7-6 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With 1 out, they've got runners at second and third. Heydrich at third and Long, or at second and Long at third, and Hydro is going to take a huge lead out there at second. He's just about halfway to third. And Bo will draw the ball pitched to make it 2-1. So the Mavericks trying to make it a sweep of the Chargers here today. And we get strike 2. So 2-2 to King. He'd like to crank one in and settle a mark under the RBI tab on his stats. Of course, never playing for individual stats as we get a full count at 3-2. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. Hydro taking a massive lead. This one's going to be into the shortstop's glove. Throw to first is in time, and they've got Hydro in the pinch. Who are they going to take, Long or Hydro? The rundown. Hydro to third, and the tag will be punched out. And they'll turn 2. Hathaway wants to know if the score was earned. They say Long is good at home. Nope, Hathaway not liking it. He'll walk away, and now an argument. We'll step aside. Bottom of the 7th. Coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to
Fast Trip Conoco.
Sorry about that, folks. Trigger finger here trying to switch things out as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning at Century Field. Missoula Mavericks retake the lead 7-6 over the Chargers, and now in the game on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound is the one and only Parker Stevens. For the Chargers, it's their bottom of their order, as it's Clark, Spring, and Lowry. So 9-1-2 to bat here, with the Chargers needing to get a run to extend 2 to win. Parker Stevens settles in, and the first pitch of the inning is on its way. Low for ball 1. For Clark, a single and a walk as this one slid over the plate for strike 1. Foul down the first base line for strike two. 1-2 on the count. Been really lucky here in Great Falls with all of the winter weather warnings going on all around. A winter advisory for the High Line, and we have been basked in sun here. This one's cranked out into the gap, and Clark will load up onto the base with a single to lead off for the Mavericks. Swings us to the top of the order to Derek Spring, the catcher. Or no, shortstop. Paradise is the catcher. Shortstop, Spring, to step in. Here's Stevens. Bunt showing, laid down. It's going to hop out. And the throw to second is there. They're going to say in time. Richardson did a great job of getting out, but with no outs now. Runners at first and second for the Chargers. And we come to Josh Lowry. So the tying run at second for the Chargers. Lowry looks down the third base line. Foster with the signal. And showing bunt once again. This one's going to be fouled off, and Richardson cannot hold on to it. Runners will advance to second and third off the wild pitch. And the infield will sneak in once again. And we get ball one. So the tying run at third now. The walk-off at second. Infield in for the bunt as we get ball two. And this is the situation the Mavericks were in Game 1 against the Bucks last Saturday. Swung on for strike two. So Lowry now setting up to straight up bat. To swing, I should say, versus the bunt. He's got a 2-2. And we get a full count. Both sets of fans fired up. Cale Richards is in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. This one's going to be off the end of the bat. It's going to hop. Picked up. They'll bring the runner home from third and hold the runner up at second, and that will tie the game at 7. With no outs and a runner at third. We come to Cale Richards now, who could be the hero of the game with runners on the corners. Richardson to step in front of the plate to signal the field on the out with runners at first and third. Here's Stevens with the pitch. Runner at first is going to go. Trad's going to make the throw back to the pitcher. And the runner will hold at second. So runners at second and third with no outs. Tie game at 7. Pitch thrown was a ball. Cranked foul. Gets us even at 1 as it lands in the seating area behind the first baseline dugout. Cale Richards trying to be the hero of the game with a runner at third. Trad doing a good job keeping the ball in front of him at 2-1. Here's Parker now with the pitch. High to get ball 3. Tie game at 7 in the bottom of the 7th. And over the plate for strike 2. Gives us a full count. Mavericks looking for their first out of the inning. Chargers tying it up at 7. Swung on, and Parker Stevens will strike out the batter for out number 1. Takes us to Andrew Paradise, the catcher. And they're going to go ahead and have Paradise take the base. So Tyler Marr, the pitcher, will come out and bat with 1 out and runners loading up the bases. Marr settles in. Here's Stevens now. Over the plate for strike 1. With Marr on in the batter's box, Parker Garnis goes to the on-deck circle. So the middle of the order here for the Chargers. Over the plate for strike 2. Parker settles on the rubber. Swung on, and out number 2 will be a straight-up strikeout. 2 down, loaded bases, and we come to the first baseman, Parker Garnis. Parker versus Parker. Garnis was the pitcher in the first game, as Stevens slides this one over the plate for strike 1. Nice job by Richardson on the pitch to keep it in front of him. That could have brought home Spring from third to win the game. Instead, we've got a 1-1. Reached for. It's going to bounce down the line. Fair. Picked up. The throw to first is rocketed over, and it's off. And that will bring Spring home for the walk-off. The Chargers take game 2 in a walk-off fashion. 8-7. So the Mavericks split the series against the Chargers. We will be back on air Monday as the Loyola Breakers host the Florence Lady Falcons. We'll talk to you Monday night. Have a great Sunday, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.